Early this month, I did a poll asking what other games besides New Vegas would you like me to make a video on, and the majority answered Fallout 3. Oh Zelda, know that I still find you my favorite. Fine by me, as I have an idea that fits with the spooky season at time of writing. Rather, I was given the idea in the comments of a previous video by a fellow challenge runner, Casual Loop. His idea was to roleplay through Fallout 3 as a vampire. The rules go as such: I must help out with the family and their side quest, and use only the vampire edge and Vance's coat or Tenpenny's outfit for protection, while only healing through blood packs and then the cannibal perk. I can't go out in daytime, only at night. I tweaked the rules a bit to allow a bit more variety, but kept the same premise to answer the question, can you beat Fallout 3 as a vampire? Being born to my human parents, I named myself Count because I couldn't think of anything creative, and then made him as pale as one would expect a person to be after living underground for 19 years. As for special stats, there's many different ways I could have taken this. What I landed on was boosting charisma, as vampires are generally smooth talkers, and then prioritize strength, endurance, and intelligence for the build, as melee weapons will be my method of attack. Intelligence for skill points, and I left agility and luck as is. Looking back though, I could have put more points in perception, but whatever. To make up for that, my tag skills were easy choices. Sneak, melee weapons, and speech fit the best. As for the vault escape, I didn't attack anything beyond the Radroach at the birthday party. Amada, on the other hand, wanted blood. If you refuse the pistol and stay hidden during the interrogation, she'll whip that out under pressure and shoot Officer Mac dead. But with that out of the way, I can open the vault door and... Well, unfortunately, I'm not allowed to wait inside the vault, so for the simplicity of the run, I wait outside until nightfall, and start funneling points into Sneak and Speech upon leveling up, and then also take Swift Learner as my first perk. Like many Fallout 3 runs, Megaton is my first stop, but not for the main quest. Instead, I chat with Lucy West, who gives me the location of Arafu, where I can begin my vampire initiation. I also take Mr. Burke up on his offer to blow the place up, as negative karma is another requirement. As I cannot defend myself yet, I run away from any threats on the way to Arafu, mainly just mole rats and wild dogs. Thankfully, the settlement is just up the river, and I can get to nagging Evan King about the mail and entering the resident homes to check on them. They allowed me entry, so it's not trespassing, and thus I can enter. Shame someone already got to the wests, though. So Evan wants me to find out about their attackers, the family, and do something about them. It has been a while since I last did this quest, so it took me longer than necessary to remember where the family's at. One way to get there involves running through a cave network behind some chem cooking ghoul, but it's also filled with mirelurks, so no way I'm making it through. But I can find the entrance to the train tunnels they're hiding in, and can converse with Vance. I speed through his monologue before passing a speech check to cut him to the chase, and further pass another to find Ian and convince him to return. But that's not the only reason for heading here. By making a back and forth trip between the Moresti train yard and Arafu, I can bring the two into an agreement where the vampires will protect Arafu and supply them with blood packs in return. Vance, for his part, will gift me the schematics to make the shish kebab, and after returning, he will also teach me the ways of the vampire with the gift of the Hematophage perk, which allows blood packs to heal for 20 HP instead of just 1. The most immediate concern now is how to defend myself and what I'm going to wear. Thanks to my high sneak skill, I can pickpocket a key off Vance to gain access to one of those questions by obtaining the Vampire's Edge, a unique Chinese officer sword. It does 12 damage in its current state, which is good, but not good enough to stealth kill Vance as I want his outfit, and I am too impatient to do the reverse pickpocket glitch to get him to wear something else. I'll be back to get it. For now, I wear some pre-war clothes I found in his room as to have some dignity going forward. To my profound disappointment, none of the doctors in-game sell blood packs, so I'm going to have to get lucky finding them out in the wastes. In general, I couldn't find anyone selling any for that matter. Not sure what to do as I don't feel like tackling the main quest just yet, I head in the direction of Tenpenny Tower, thinking I could off him for a snazzier and more appropriate outfit. Only then I remembered I hadn't set up the pulse charge yet, and additionally, currently lacked the skill to do so. Oh well, I guess I'm starting the main quest then, by pickpocketing Moriarty's cabinet and leveling up to 4, and taking the cannibal perk, right? Well, that'd be true in New Vegas, but in Fallout 3, I learned that the perk is locked behind level 12. So hitting that level before the end of the run became another priority. Because my mind refused to pick a course and stick to it, I went back to the vampires to try and get Vance's outfit again. It's here I hit upon a strategy to damage him without him becoming hostile, and that's by utilizing the jank to my advantage. What I mean is by picking up large, loose physics objects like this barrel and then rubbing against them against an NPC, the kinetic energy of the engine breaks and can cause damage to said NPC. By doing this enough times, I can actually kill Vance outright. Unfortunately, I hurt myself enough while trying to get intimate with the barrel and was gunned down by his followers while trying to flee. No matter, the idea does work. Just next time I get him down to half health, rest up to heal up to full, and stealth kill him with the vampire's edge. Being in better shape, I can easily mop up his flock, proving that I have surpassed them and become the master vampire. Now heading to GNR, I stop off to have some fun cutting down the raiders inside the Super Duper Mart for some easy XP, and to see if there's any blood packs in the back. There isn't, so I choose to allow the consumption of any healing item that contains meat. So from there until the end of the run, I start hoarding meat from creatures I kill like dogs, mole rats, and rat roaches. In the rough world like this, where survival is key, refinement will have to be sacrificed. Either way, I make it into the metro tunnels before morning. The mole rat and feral ghouls were no problem, except for this one ghoul roamer that forced me to use some of my limited healing supply of blood. Tried to stay on the move when in combat helped out with the others. I did hit level 5 and decided I would dump each subsequent level into melee and sneak to max them out, and then took the 3rd rank in Swift Learner. When I emerged, I didn't want to be in the crosshairs of the attacking super mutants, and so hid inside the Pulowski shelter, probably the only time one of these protected its occupants from something. The Lion's Pride did what they do best and cleared the way, making it hard for me to score any kills when the mutants are all pre-alerted. If they want all the glory and XP, then they can fight the behemoth without me. They'll be fine. I did try at the last minute to steal a kill, but that didn't happen. Meeting with Three Dog, I put my mesmerizing charm to good use once more and convinced him to tell me where Dad went next, so no desecration of historical objects for me. Instead of heading to Ribbit City, however, I took a detour for a special reason. Earlier in my travels for the family, I came across a quadruplet group of wastelanders who gave me the location of Oasis. With that knowledge, I figured some mutant blood that's over 200 years old would be delightful to sample. It's after this that I remember I have Vance's shish kebab and have been looking for the parts to make one for a while, and choose since he used one, then I'd be allowed to as well. So for the rest of the run, I'll be switching between the shish kebab and the vampire's edge. The trees of Oasis give good shelter from the sun, so I don't feel the need to pass time. I go through the initiation, and once face to face with Harold, agree to crush his heart for him. The Mirelurks below prove quite a challenge. Their pinches hurt considerably more than anything I've faced yet, even with Med-X and Psycho. The shish kebab did alright burning the crabs, even when they were in the water. Luckily, there was a bed halfway through the caverns, so after dispatching a crab that followed me, I could rest up and heal and not use any of my limited meat and blood packs. The Mirelurk Kings proved even tougher, and one managed to cripple my head. In my beaten state, I did win and leveled up right after, and took toughness without a second thought. But with the obstacles out of the way, I could reach Harold's heart and enjoy the aged blood he possesses. Delicious. Crushing his heart also gives me the bark skin perk, adding to my overall defense. One last thing to do in Oasis, I figured the hoods the cultists wear match well with my code, so I killed Tree Father Birch for his. The rest of the tree huggers suffer the same fate. No better time to use the shish kebab and burn them out. With some fitting headgear, I don't need the fear going out in the day, or at least according to Skyrim logic. Heading back to Megaton, I can have Lucky Harith repair my gear that has been severely damaged, as Vance's coat is quite brittle. By this time, I put enough points in explosives to be able to strap the pulse charge, and then not talk to anyone as I re-enter Tenpenny Tower to blow the bomb sky high, thus bottoming out my evil karma, and enough XP to level up again. I took the Child at Heart perk for later convenience. And just like Oasis, Burke and Tenpenny pay the ultimate price for inviting me into their home. I'll be wearing Vance's coat more for its better protection, but it's nice to have something more fashionable to wear for meals. Speaking of saving on time, before I get to Rivet City, there's no reason not to detour to the Jefferson Memorial and clear out the super mutants there. A dark, dimly lit, cramped environment with plenty of walls and cover to hide behind as I skulk around in the shadows? A prime scenario for a vampire. My sneak skill comes in clutch as I can successfully sneak up and stealth kill most of the mutants, and those I can't get close enough to unleash several slashes in quick succession. That and being able to cripple their arm and have their weapon drop also helps minimize damage coming my way. I also just want to show off this last mutant how I evidently used some vampire powers to avoid nearly every one of his shots on me. In Rivet City, I'm once more disappointed by everyone's lack of blood packs to sell, that being 0. When leaving for Vault 112, I noticed my quest marker was bugged. Rather than hover in the direction of Smith Casey's, it stayed on me. What I think happened was it didn't update after I picked up Dad's physical voicemails at the memorial and gave it a quick listen. Quitting out to the main menu and reloading fixed that issue, thankfully. The way there should have been fine, but a group of megaton refugees slowed me down, an iBot explosion crippled my leg, and a robo-brain nearly finished me off. After all that, I was hobbling to the garage as I only have beds and doctor's visits to heal broken limbs. Thankfully, there is a bed here, so after clearing out and collecting the meat of the mole rats present, I can sleep it off. Like many Fallout 3 runs, I have to slightly fail by wearing the 112 jumpsuit to enter the simulation. Like the antisocial night person I am, I avoid talking to anyone, even Braun, and just enter the abandoned house, punch in the code for the failsafe, and bring the splendor of communism to the sim and leave. Finding Dad gets me another level, this time to 8, and I then take Bloody Mess. For the next part, there's nothing really to say other than to clarify I got Dad to Rivet City, brought them to the cleaned out memorial, and indulged the impulse of dads to have their sons to do menial tasks for their personal projects by pretending to be a repairman. When the Enclave arrived, I figured even though they don't have much health, their energy weapons still might pack a punch, and thus I have to be careful, at least a little. That being said, I killed all the ones I was allowed to in the purifier before pausing at this mutant body being hung. I swear I didn't do that. Okay, that one I did. I then used the third-person camera glitch to interrupt the dialogue in Dad's death scene, and only leave after watching Colonel Autumn do the worm. In the escape tunnels, I only engage hostiles I can reach, mainly the ghouls. Lee, despite not remembering to stay out of my way during the fighting, makes it through after I decide to just run through everything. Daniel also made it out, but not Alex. Didn't see him on the other side. Arriving at the Citadel gets me to level 9, with a maxed out melee weapon skill, and another point in intelligence by way of intense training. All I need here is the update to go find the Gek, so after checking some terminals about local vaults, I can get Rothschild's attention by waking him up.
The Brotherhood is at your service. Did you have any success with that old...
Moving on, he gets me the info I need, and I take my leave. Now to cut a long, boring journey short, I put off going to Vault 87 to try and find more blood packs. Best place I could think of is some place like a ruined hospital, and I vaguely remember one in downtown DC. There were some hairy moments, like when a car bomb crippled my head, and I spent the next 10 plus minutes walking around with a limp and blurred vision. I did hit level 10 during this as well, and took the most appropriate perk, that being Night Person, which will give me some perception intelligence at night. After stumbling around the wrong parts of DC, I found Reilly's Rangers compound and remembered their quest takes you through a ruined hospital, so I detoured away to the National Mall. After a tactical sneaking through the trenches, I could find Underworld and pass a speech check to wake Reilly up to begin her quest. Now that I had a quest marker to follow, I found the location I was searching for, that being Our Lady of Hope Hospital in Vernon Square. Just like the memorial, the dingy, dark halls allow me to creep up and dispatch super mutants present, as by now I'd maxed out the sneak skill. I did find a decent amount of packs in the various rooms, about 9 to 10 after scoping out the whole place. I should also mention mutants tend to carry raw meat on them, so killing them was another way to collect emergency healing supplies too. Before reaching the second floor, one mutant set off and died to a tripwire trap. What's funny is that this happened again after I got back to the same place when the game crashed mid-load screen. I continue on to help the rangers, figured I'll get enough XP to reach level 12 and finally take the cannibal perk. So into the Statesman Hotel I go to crawl around and cut down some more large green screaming mutants and centaurs, including this one whose head kept spinning along the ground. There's a lot more brutes than before, who don't go down to a single stealth slash from the vampire's edge, so I change out to the shish kebab to deal with them instead. At least until I light myself on fire by walking into a gas leak. I actually then hit level 11 halfway up, and take the Here and Now perk to bump myself up finally to level 12, allowing me to finally enjoy the fine dining of human meat. The final room before the roof has quite a few mutants, including my very first super mutant master, so I am very lucky I am not spotted by this one on the stairs, and can get rid of him soon after. I then stay out of sight of the master with a minigun above, in order to get to the other staircase to creep up. As you can imagine, vampires don't fare too well in direct fire with a minigun, so I let him jump down to me. I activate VATS, and thanks to some jet, can attack 3 times, with the final attack coming in clutch with a lucky crit to cut him down. Being in low health, I backtrack through the hotel to find a bed, before meeting up with the rangers and having them effortlessly clear the way out of the building. After meeting up with Reilly back at the compound, I don't kill them for a change. Felt some respect for what we went through, I guess. Now satisfied with extra side ops, I get to making my way to Little Lamplight, and by extension Vault 87. For a change, I fast travel back to Arafu, who actually aren't happy to see me after I offed Vance for the clothes on his back. What's really strange though, is that I didn't kill Evan King. For whatever reason, Crazy Wolfgang wasn't having it, and put several bullets into him instead. On the way, I stopped by a random power station and found the last piece I needed to create another shish kebab. Having a backup going forward will be nice. Without much slowing me down beyond a single giant rad scorpion, I can try my way into Little Lamplight. The kids I can't extract consequences on for letting me in, but I can scar them for life by brutally murdering Sticky right in front of them.
Happy birthday to you. Nobody likes you. No!
Murder Pass is up next, so you get more snooping around and slicing big greens, so I'll skip ahead to the vault itself. For the ones I can stealth kill or fight 1v1, there's little issue. The issue comes out when fighting more than one, especially mutant masters and brutes with assault rifles, which can drain a good portion of my health if I don't find cover or disarm them. I came dangerously close to death at many points. My health remained below half as I had to rely on the stacks of meat and blood packs to keep healed, as there aren't any beds in the first area. In the test labs, the mutants aren't as numerous, but I still need to consume 13 pieces of radroach meat to avoid biting it. Biting it. Vampire humor. Either way, I managed to make it through to where Fox is being held, and I decide to let him out and then can finally rest in bed once he's cleared all the immediate enemies. With Fox then fighting the rest of the way to the Gek, it's almost like I've tapped into becoming Dr. Frankenstein by having a big monster do the heavy lifting for me. Maybe that could be a potential run idea for another video. Let me know. Well, that's something to think about later, because now I've got a secret government base to escape. Well, from my time in the vault, Vance's coat is torn to shreds, so I'm wearing Tenpenny's suit for this caper. Gotta love the commitment to the last order they hear for the Enclave, as this one soldier stops attacking me while I'm chowing down on his mate. Unlike Vault 87, I was never in danger of death in Raven Rock. After all, each kill on Enclave personnel just became a snack to keep me going. That combined with some enhanced vampire powers, like the time-slowing power of VATS, makes short work of everyone in my way. To top off my spree, I can use my silver tongue to convince President Eden to self-destruct, and then bid farewell to this last Enclave soldier who chose to have a change of heart and not fight back.
Bye.
Before reporting back to the Brotherhood, I finally remembered with the Cannibal perk, I should really have gone and paid a visit to Andale. They have a few leftover meals in the basement, but by being honest, they remain friendly and let me know I'm welcome in their coven. I left with over 60 pieces of strange meat to enjoy. Kinda wish I came here before Vault 87. Regardless, I can hobble past Harkness, who never left the front door of the boat, by the way, and prepare my gear and my leg before returning to the Citadel. Bored out of my mind, I do some quick exercise squats to pass the time. One final level up to 15 occurs before leaving, and Rad Resistance feels the most appropriate. If it wasn't for Liberty Prime dealing with 99% of the fighting, I would be slightly worried about the fighting quality of the Lion's Pride right now, considering over half of them don't know how to properly hold their weapons. Also, Rip Paladin Glade. The Pride has trouble keeping pace with Prime, so I don't wait and just follow him and have Lions teleport to me once I'm inside the memorial. I make good use of a stealth boy to just walk right up to the soldiers, who are too distracted with Sarah to notice me. As for Autumn, I put my speech skill to use one last time to have him stand down, only so that I can kill him without retaliation. Same for his 2 guards. Since I took Rad Resistance as my last perk, I went into the chamber, but not alone, as I dragged Autumn's body in with me for company, and a snack. Together we punch in the code, finishing the game and answering that yes, a vampire can indeed beat Fallout 3. I hope this hits the spot for a Fallout video that isn't New Vegas for those who answered the poll. I was just hit with some indecision at that time on what to do, and felt like there was little issue asking yous what you would like to see. Rest assured, I am not out of ideas or burned out on making these runs. Far from it. It's also nice to get to some ideas requested in the comments, so if you got some more ideas, let me hear about them down below, along with some likes and subs to help keep this channel growing. With that, I have said everything I need to say, apart from a final goodbye.
We accomplished a lot together. It was fun. Take care.